I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too. Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong? Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes. Older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
はい、チェキンやってきますよ。昨日ちょっとやったんですけど、1回で全部終わらせられないかなってちょっと思ったのもあって、改めて一からやり直そうと思いました。今から3時間くらい、3時間半くらいで終わったらいいかなと思います。ではここあとね、なんか読もうと思ったんですけど、読むとすごい大変っていうことが分かったので、目で読んでしまった方が、声に出すのが大変っていうことですね。ということが分かったので、ちょっと静かにこのゲームをクリアしていこうかなと思います。はい、とりあえずこれな。このなんか主人公の鶏さんは本になってるくらい昔は有名だった。なんか爬虫類がちょっと差別されているというか、仲間に入れてもらえてないっていう感じですね。よいしょ。では行きます。とりあえず見る。電話。あ、これはね、ちょっと。
I don't even know what these papers are. I promised myself I'd write a novel one day.
あとね、昨日ちょっと気づいたんですけど、結構シンプルな英語で作られてるっていう。
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine. so I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes, just in case. My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal. She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
必要ないって言いながら銃をね、ポッケに入れるっていう。
We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight. M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants.
それはね、ちょっとあれですよ、刑事さんの資格を持っていかれちゃってもしょうがないやつ。
This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life before Molly left me and took our daughter.
奥さんは多分インコさん。
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes. The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
ひよこと鶏の教会ってどこなんだろう
I don't even know where the key is.
あら、開か
Whatever's
ない戸棚
inside is
と
gonna stay there forever.
あとは
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here whether I like it or not. Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
よいしょ。あとは引き出し見た。
I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded.
色あせちゃったから色がないのかな、世界観。本当にリアルで色がない的な。
Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
自分の部屋ではないのかな、なんか本とか。まあいいや。見る。
Who is this dame anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
ですね。尋ねると質問。
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
アイバネスっていうのがね、イバネスってなるんですよ、ね。
You're mistaken, ma'am.
新しい動物。来る場所間違えてる。じゃあ
Oh,
まだ。
really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
デボラちゃん
I'm
かわいい
not
の。
a private eye. I'd recommend Philip.
ドラクエみたい。
I mean, Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I
あ、だ
that
から手
easy
帳
to
取られてるの
read?
かな。
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
振られた。
Well, I've gotta have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
ああ、なるほどね。自分だけお酒飲むのもどうかなって言って誘う
If you
のね。
insist. But bourbon,
いや、結構き
please.
つい酒選んだね。
Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
なんやかんや話聞いてあげるっていうね。なんやかんやですよ、なんやかんや。ででどん。デボラちゃん。 雇い主のために使い走りかくなる女性だが、特に裕福な権力に実施し、普通の子だけど自分のオーナーさんのために働いてる。それで来たんだもんね。デボラちゃん、インパラのメス、美しく華奢。じゃじゃーん。世界観の話。創造の女神ハリーティちゃんと愛の神ハプタティちゃんとヌクバティティさん、3人で世界をボコボコにしながらバランスを保ってる。はい。なんかカバンに入ってる。あ、銃。事件でのすべての必須アイテムが収納。
I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be
金
needing
貨ちゃ
you
んだけ
now.
ど銃はくれるんですね。
Oh man, I totally get
塩
you.
塩のタバコ。
Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet, I feel more like a cop than I ever had before. More like a Clawville cop
今はま
anyway.
たポリスなんだよね。お休み中だけど。尋ねる。見る。
Legs that go on for days. Deep dark eyes. Silky
あ
skin
美
and
人の
voice.
人が来た時ほど
You're in
ちょ
big
っと
trouble,
やばそう的な。
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats exactly?
例えば
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick,
完全な
thrown
悪です
through
よ
the
ね。レン
window.
ガが盛り込まれる
finally,
のと
They
壁
painted
に
it on the wall
赤
of
い
the
文字書
house
かれる。
in giant red letters.
もう来るべきところはここじゃなくて、単純に警察に行くべきじゃないかって
I
いう。
think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm
あ、聞
here.
くのは OK なのね。もしもし。尋ねる。ちょっと待って。何？被害者の女はなんか奇妙な脅しの表記。いずれも手書きで残されてる。もう壁のねに書かれた文字が手書きじゃなかったら、それはそれで結構すごいっていう。
So, this is the part where the interrogation comes.
そうです、そう
Like
で
in
す。
those detective movies.
そうです。
Something like that, Deborah.
お
Yes.
酒飲みながらだから優しくお伺い立てるってことやな。よいしょ。はいはいはいはい。
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my
恥
advantage.
ずかしが
But
り
I
の
must
ところを
be
利用
careful
するって
about
どう
what
いう
I
ことだ
say
ろ
to
うな。
her, or I could scare her off. Let's
Maybe
start
it's good.
gently, and when the time
適
comes,
切な
we
タイ
can
ミ
go
ン
in
グだから
hard.
顔ちっちゃいよね。小顔だ。まあ最初にしても
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
マダム。ほっぺかわいい。プニプニほっぺ。
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer,
どんな仕事
nothing
に
more.
答えてる
This
だ
means
け。その
simple
ための簡
paperwork
単な書類仕
most of the
事。
time.
書類仕
You've
事。
been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
でも途中でこれ出てくるけど、それまとめたのは見られないのか。
You're not very confident. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes, excuse me. I'm
初
just a bit
めてよ。
nervous.
そ
I've never done anything like this before.
う。しょっちゅうこんなこと起きるのコナンの世
Breaking
界
into
だ
the
けだから。
apartments of strangers isn't that big a deal. Some people do it as a hobby.
Please don't make fun of me, Mr. Featherland. This is hard for me as it
いらんこ
is.
と言ったから
You're right. Sorry.
いらんこと言ったから
Did you come alone? All by yourself?
I took the subway, then the tram, and then I walked. It wasn't easy to find this place, and to be honest, I had to be discreet.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm starting to get the picture.
This is quite unpleasant for me.
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
電が投げ込まれたりしてるからな
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she
有名
is.
人なのか
So she's that kind of woman.
そういうタ
I
イプ
don't know what you mean.
本当だよ
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that. How did you get this address?
You know, my mistress has exceptional connections.
If they were so exceptional, she wouldn't have chosen me.
本当よ
Don't be so hard on yourself, Detective. You are the head of the famous chicken police. Am I right?
Was it a raccoon with a scarred face called Zip who recommended me? He hates me.
No, Mr. Featherland. I don't know anyone like that.
警察から来たわけじゃないん
Lucky
だよ
for
ね
you, Deborah. What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Well, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable
Well, I am reliable.
自分で言っちゃうの
and discreet
That's right.
and thorough.
徹底した誰かって証
No
拠
question about that.
And has a heart of gold.
Okay, let's stop it right there.
相当信頼できる人じゃないとダメってことだね
Are you in some sort of jam?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
言わない
Then
の
you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
なんか状況を聞かないで何かを
And I
しろ
have
って
no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland. Not
Eh?
really.
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino. I'll explain everything.
はよよはよ
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
ここマイナスってこと
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
このやりとり難しいな
You see, we're starting to understand each other.
例えばプラスっぽいあでもマイナスの方が多い
Tell me, Deborah, why
Because my mistress trusts you.
うーん
should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
このやりとり難しい
No, not for the
なん
world.
かこういう選択肢を選んでやるゲームってそういう意味で選んだんじゃないのにとかっていうのがたくさんあるからあ
Smart
違う
answer.
違うみたいになりますよね
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the kingpin.
Exactly.
Feathery gods help me.
So you get it
猫
now.
とネズミが夫婦なんだ。
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
あ。あ。結構情報が出てきたな。キャッチェンコさんに雇われてるのと、旦那さん、キャッチェンコさんの旦那さんがイブンさん。IBN って書いてイブンか。へえ。ギャングの奥さんはギャング？わからんな。だいたい街のところの裏にはこの人がいるってことよね。
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints, you know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
なんかくれた。
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's
奥
starting
さ
to
んの
look
名
like
前を出されたか
blackmail.
ら、なおさら自分が脅迫されてる感じるってことね。
Don't play innocent with
ブラック
me.
メ
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit me?
Not you, Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Czar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Ketsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
旦那さんには内緒なんだね。
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Ketsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Molly, where do you live now?
モリーさん。モリーさんは娘連れて出てったって言ったけど。
Molly, it seems like a different life. Ah.
黒猫。モルモットとキツネかな。うん。ナターシャ・アツァリクラブにいるはずだ。ナターシャさんはテンコさん、奥さんのモリーさんのことを知っている。単に腕のいい情報屋を雇ってる可能性もあるが、奥さんとのつながりも気になる。でもここに奥さん出てこないんだな。まあいいや。うさちゃん、ヘイワースさん。今いる建物のオーナーがこのうさちゃん、ルイスね、ルイスか。おまわりさんじゃないけど興味がある、事件に興味がある。555932。これチャーリクラブ、ナイトクラブ。お金持ちが集まるクラブなんですかね。でも警察は警察相手にしない。動物、よいしょ。もしもししよう。黒電話。かかった。
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No. Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
優しい。何でもするって言ってくれる。
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here, not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it, and now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place. The good old rabbit. I can always count on him, even on New Year's Eve.
大晦日なのにね。
Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny.
めっちゃ遠い。
You know anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
感謝ね。
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
バイバイ。
So long, Deborah.
気をつけてね。
Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust.
ギャングのとこ行くってなるからそれちょっと一人じゃちょっと
Marty.
心もとないです
I
よ
can
ね。
only hope he'll be willing to talk to me. could I ask you a few more
Feel free.
新機能を尋ねる。あ、これで尋ねるの？
Do you think my whereabouts aren't a secret?
Do you think they ever were?
Well, I was hoping.
Clawville is a big city, but not so big that Santino Featherland can hide in it.
Oh, please. Flatter me more.
I've already told you more about myself than...
Afraid you'll get your...
I'm afraid I already did.
あら、
So, Ibn Wessler, eh?
If I started with that, I'm sure you would have thrown me out.
やばいってなるよね。
You're right. He's one of the most dangerous gangsters in the city.
I only know he's an influential businessman.
Isn't that the same?
Not even you can see the world as that black and white.
哲学。あ、これ聞いて
Sonny,
た方がいい
I've
んだな。
already told you what I know. I've never read the message. My job was to give it to you and nothing more.
You really are this innocent, aren't you?
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
Let me give you some advice, sister. Leave the city and get as far as you can from the likes of Ibn Wessler.
It's not so simple, Mr. Featherland. My mistress needs me.
Is she really that important to you? That you drive around in the dead of night to questionable places to deliver messages you know absolutely nothing about?
I would do more than that for her.
あら、
I see. You're smooth. Real smooth.
キャッチェンコの
Thank you,
さんのことは信じて
Mr.
る。
Featherland.
Sonny, please. Just Sonny. So this Natasha dame.
Look, I'm just the messenger. You have to
I see. But,
Please, Sonny.
okay,
Thank you.
結構言うときしっかり言うんだな。メイン限定。メインはストーリーが進む。解放されてない場合は解放されてる場所とされてないところで何かが左右される。本編をクリアするにはメインシーンを全て突破。これを全部見たらいい。限定シーンはメインストーリーの進み具合に応じて一時的に解放される。なるほど。完全にクリアを狙う場合は次のメインシーン、ここ行く前にここ行けってことね。で、閉鎖は今は行けない。後で行けるようになるかも。まあ行けるってことですよね。一定時間で閉鎖されちゃう場合もある。なるほど。いや、戻ろう。手帳を見よう。嘘をついていた。数多くの小さな嘘を散りばめていた。彼女の言っていた脅迫の件もある程度疑ってかかる必要がありそうだ。はあ、来てもらうためになんかトラブル巻き込まれてますって言ってるパターンありえるって話？
Oh, just, what?
Yes, son.
I don't want to sound indiscreet, but, this, fur
なんで
removal craze.
デリカシーのない質
You,
問。
Well,
well, it wouldn't work as well with my feathers. Just professional
occupational hazard? There are parlors, yes. But I do it for myself. And I do it for my mistress, too, if you're interested.
That's, good to know. Thank you very much.
You're one strange bird, Sonny Featherland.
これツルツルになりたいのこうやって。あ、でもウサギちゃんもツルツルだけど。
Well, I've been called worse. I can always count on you. Thanks, old buddy.
Don't even mention it, my friend.
You got anything planned for today?
I thought I'd visit a nightclub. It's New Year's Eve, after all.
Well, I didn't mean to hold you up.
I'll ask a favor of you someday.
でもこれからナイトクラブ行くんだよ。
I owe you a lot of those, don't I?
That's true. I don't deny it.
I can always count on you.
Don't.
あれどうやって出ていかないの？
Take care, sweet.
You too.
Take care.
You too.
I can always count.
あれ
Don't.
もう移動しちゃっていいのかな？警察。
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
いや、奥さんの名前を聞いちゃったからそわそわしちゃうんですよね。
I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night. Phyllis and Roy's, two hedgehogs with an arrogance typical of novice cops. They're as prickly as they look, officious little shitheads, but harmless. Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for
誰かに
us
剥が
with
さ
the
れるわけ
chief.
じゃなくて自分で剥がしに行ってんのか、チキンさんが。わあ、
This happened when that old bloodhound, Blood Boil, was promoted to chief of police. The Castilia clan thought this would frighten the old hound, but they were so wrong. Retaliation came the next morning. Raids on 4 warehouses, a dozen bad guys dead, and twice as many busted. Nobody messed with old Blood Boil after that, or Chief Marrowbone as they call him around here. Could have been fixed up ages ago, but it was the chief's explicit demand not to. They can say a lot of things about the old
記念に
hound,
残してあ
but
るん
he's
だ。
got a sense of drama for sure. Could have been fixed up ages ago, but
一箇所でしかもいっぱい話は聞けるパターン
I'm
ある
sure
んだ
it's
な。
Blood Boil himself taping back the torn off posters, like some maniac. He must have a dozen of those things in his bag for emergencies. I'm sure it's Blood Boil himself taping.
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny, what you scratching at over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud. By the way, you're on luck. Blood boils not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
いないのかな。
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock
同
together.
じ羽の鳥。
I see you're still the funny guy around here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting
でもの
range.
射撃場
As always.
いないけどいるんだ。
Hey, Royce, I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own
っていう
raincoat.
かハリネズミだから針でレインコートが山嵐だからやっぱり針でレインコートに穴が毎回新調するのかな。
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
Back in the day, I used to patrol the city streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages. If you drive a cop car in Clawville, you can do almost anything you want. Until you've got the red and blue on, nobody asks a damn thing. Maybe that's why cops are the biggest gangsters around here. If you drive a cop car,
おまわりさんは権力者なんやな。
here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement.
あら、なんかなんだろうこれ。お縄違う、お縄じゃないのか。ホッケに手入れて猫背なだけ。モニカ。
Honor, strength, unity.
団結。
For the love of the wild gods, I'm gonna be sick. We used one of these as target practice once. Not out of disrespect.
酔った勢いで警察のマーク打っちゃうの。
We
やばい
used
ね。
one of these as Marty drinks this shit. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure it's gross and probably toxic. Today is not the day I'm gonna try this. For me, nothing beats the iron-flavored turbid tap water. Today is not the
とりあえずモニカ。モニカ氏は
Monica Rosen, receptionist in theory, but in reality, she's doing literally everything around here. Like the beating heart of the PD. She's too good for this place, even for this city.
訪ねるっていうのは毎回排除されるわけじゃなくて、その人とのなんか親密度みたいなのが関係して訪ねられるようになるっていう感じなのかな。
Hey, Monica.
あ、なんか蜜吸う鳥だなこれ。
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those two prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
メガネがちゃんと動くのすごいな。
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
自分たちにとってなんだよね。でもあんまよく思ってないから。
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
結構広い。これもう移動になっちゃうんだ。
All it takes is one look. and my comb starts to tingle, which never means anything good.
鳥とライオンとキツネと馬。
All it takes is one look.
オフィスエリア。
I'm really not in the mood to meet Deputy Malloy or any of my ex-colleagues from the predatory
捕食
division.
か。モートさん見る。
Mort Mardigan, a notorious deadbeat. Poor guy's been blind since his teenage years, but that doesn't stop him from running into trouble. What the cluck did he do this time?
あれまたポリスメンじゃないの？
Detective Chow Hound Bosco. He thinks he's a real alpha, but nah, he's just a lapdog. One of Blood Boyle's favorites, mainly because he's a dog, of course. One of Blood Boyle's favorites, mainly Officer Jardine. They say she's clever, smart, and dangerous. We need more of her kind in here.
女性なの？
Officer Jardine. They say she...
女性なんだ。
Poor old lizard. Mort, you scabious beast. What the hell did you do?
It's Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess? Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jesse is a good boy, Sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
結構世間話が長い。
Well, I'm not what I used to be. But neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
赤ずり合ってられん。関わり合ってない。
Hey, careful
られ
with
ないってこ
that.
とかな。
Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I
赤
don't
ず
need
り合っ
it
てる
either.
って書いてあるの。
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon.
Tell me, Sonny boy, how's Molly
あ
and
あ、
the
そのこ
little
とは触れちゃダ
kitty?
メよ。
You really know how to hurt a
ほ
guy.
らな。
Is something wrong?
They no longer live with me, Mort, for a few years now. And to be honest, we're not really in touch.
I'm sorry, pal. I didn't want to reopen old wounds.
It's all right, Morty. Let's drop it. Everything all right, Lizard Wizard?
めっちゃ話せる。
It will be as soon as I'm out of here.
When do you know about the Czar
あ、
Club?
でも聞けるの。
Nothing special. I've never been there. It's a famous place, though. Expensive cigars, unaffordable drinks, pretty gals. All the movie stars and politicians go there at least once a week.
And all the big shot mobsters, too, I've heard.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. Still living in the Atlas?
If something works, why change it, right?
Well, if you like it there.
Listen, Monica, you could, come by sometime for a drink or...
I didn't hear that, and you didn't say that.
Okay, got it.
それな
Sorry.
い。
Anything else, Boss Bird?
クールだな。
Do we have a file on Hobart, Ibn, Wessler?
Are you kidding me? We have a whole room just for him. Want the key? You can spend the remaining days of your paid holiday in there.
冷たい。
No thanks. Never mind. You're a bit sassy
そうそう
today, aren't
当たり
you?
が強い。
I'm sorry, Sonny, but I'm starting to shed my feathers because of this insane asylum. You know, New Year's Eve and Blood Boil's not here when he should be.
ああ、確かに年末なのにね。
Somehow I'm not sorry about that.
Yeah, I bet you're not, Boss Bird.
でも信頼してくれてるよね。
Natasha Katzenko. Interesting name. Is it real or just an alias?
It's supposed to be real, but who knows?
変
Good
わった名前
question.
なんだ、キャッツェンコさん。
We have nothing on her. She's
Oh, I
either
thought so,
queen
no,
or
no,
uses a
no,
fake
no.
name. Maybe both, but I don't think so. Aside from that, everyone knows what I
こ
know
んな
about
アイドルなんだ
her.
ね
Singer, star, the number one babe in this town, so to speak.
Thanks, little bird. It's something.
Glad I could help.
でも知らなかった。
Hey, Sonny, is everything...
Sure, everything's fine, Mon. I'm just...
That's nice. Life is best if you let the adventures take you with them.
Jeez, Mon. Don't...
That was one of yours, actually. From the old Sonny. You used to love saying nice little things like that, remember?
I try not to.
We can't erase the past because we are the past ourselves, am I right?
あ、そういう話もしてた。
Stop that right there.
Okay, okay. I'm just joking.
結構情報出てきたな。
One of Blood Boil's favorite.
ハルトン・ウィリス、ハリネズミ、嫌い、はい。イライラする。メイソン・ロイス、嫌い。だって頭が痛い。そのためにはあなたのマークに似てボスコレリオぐらいなタス。モニカさん、ハチドリ、あ、そう、ハチドリ、ハチドリ。あと天使、天使なんだっけ。裏で支えてるみたいなこと言ってましたもんね。これはブラッコーで本部長さん、マーティケン、コモドドラゴン、お手先の器用なやつ。コウモリ並みに目が見えない。おうちにこの町で最大級のゴロつき。で喧嘩があったらしい。今当然ということか。今お医者さん、北朝モルヒネ中毒。うち昔からの知り合いではあるんですね。
I'm not here for this. I just need to grab Marty and get...
はーい。
We used one of these as target practice once.
ミスだな。まず行くかな。
This is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a
相
try.
棒に。
Long thighs and a big gun. That's Marty's idea of a perfect woman. Can't blame him for it. Hello, Cassandra. I hope we'll meet again. Oh God, I'm starting to sound like Marty. That little note down there. What can I say? Classic Marty. That little note down.
ここは電気関係ない。出口、射撃訓練、照明スイッチ。照明スイッチ。なんか射撃訓練。何これ、いい加減分かれて。あ、何これ。なんかミニゲームできるらしい。リロード、あ、こうか。あ、味方ってことあれ。でもいいわ。どこまで続くんだろうこれ。あー、待って、ポイントすごい高いんだけど。危ない。目の前なのに外した。こっちだね。間違った人を撃っちゃいけないのね。なんかの実績を解除した。射撃の名手。射撃場出る。はい。あとはマーティの銃器。
I know her well. Marty calls her Susie, and I have to say, this little she-devil pulled us out of many tough situations over the years. Claudia, tiny, dark, and angry, and hits you where it hurts the most. I believe this piece is forbidden. Cops can't use it, but this is Marty's personal collection, so it doesn't matter. At least nobody has ever complained. Her Majesty Big Bertha. Or rather, Big Bertha 2, because there was one before her. A sawed-off little broad, but we lost her in a swamp. Marty cried for a week. But once he saw this giant lady here, the balance of the universe was restored.
銃が大好きなんだな。
I still remember her kiss. What can I say? It's the experience of a lifetime. I still Linda. Or maybe Layla. Can't remember. Fortunately, I had the displeasure of meeting her only a couple of times on duty. She bites. Just like the women Marty loves. Marty only uses her in very dark cases. And on those nights, she almost always takes a life. Or maybe two. Marty has a dozen guns, but Susie's one of his favorites. Marty has a Marty only...
これはダメなんだ。マーティ。
Marty looks good. Big and loud and angry as always.
マーティン・マッチキン。自業自得で撃たれたって書いてある。あ、違う。あ、メニューに戻る。あ、ちょっと待って。ああ、よかった。びっくりした。あ、違うって。
Hey, Marty.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Boss Bird. What, are you lost? This is the PD building, you know?
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Well, at least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on. Let's forget that. What's past is past.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty. You shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny. Stop it right there. I'm in.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life
Ara,
is here without your
意外と気が合うね。
stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right, so, tell me, what's it about?
すぐ離席。 よし、続きを。
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
バーサって何？
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't
Ah,
bring your
Bertha, sandan
shotguns,
jo.
okay? Bertha stays.
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear.
とりあえずこれでもう出てっていいのかな。
Hey, Marty, what about Laura? How come she didn't eat you yet?
Yeah, very funny. We're good, by the way. Mostly. As good as we can be after all these years.
Glad to hear it.
She asks a lot about you.
Really?
Yeah. She always hated you for getting me into trouble all the time.
Understandable.
But she also felt sorry for you.
Ah, well, thanks. That's much better.
If I'm honest with you, she loved the chicken police, Marty, better than this one.
Well, I think I'll take that as a compliment.
Whatever, Sonny. So, Sonny, you still limping?
The pellets tore my right hip to pieces, so yes, the doctor says I'll limp forever.
Ah, good to hear that.
Fuck off.
Can we go finally, or are you waiting for a big warm hug?
Let's get out of here before I get detained for gutting you.
Ah, lovely and peaceful as always. Welcome back, Boss Bird. Can we go finally, or are you waiting for a big...
Let's get out of here.
Ah.
Still drink coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hot dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too, huh?
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were different times, Marty, with a different Sonny.
Well, all right. To the city, then.
You don't have to come with me, you know.
Okay, I know. Let's go. Sonny, there's a little problem.
Not so little, and it smells, too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of. We can't avoid speaking with the chief first, and it would be nice to say goodbye to Monica, too.
I see you're swamped, buddy.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't need him to foul the air anymore. I hate his kind anyway.
Well, because he's a reptile.
No, because he's a good-for-nothing piece of shit.
No, yeah, that's true.
And you letting off some steam?
Something like that. We'll go and check out some seedy joint. We're cops after all, ain't we? And this is still Clawville.
That's true, pal. Protect and serve.
Yeesh, get a room, you two.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
I see blood boils here. We're in deep guano for sure, Marty.
Isn't it your lucky day, huh? Are you thinking about some stupid shit again?
We? Excuse me, sir, but what do you mean?
Great wilderness. Just keep a low profile, will ya? It's New Year's Eve. We have enough dangerous lunatics running around already.
Don't worry, Chowhound. We know what we're doing.
Yeah, of course you do. That's what I'm afraid of.
Hey, listen, Bosco. I wanted to ask you this for so long. Can I pet you? Just a little?
One more word, and I'll bite off your arm.
Oh, hey, easy. I'm just kidding.
Guys, I'm really gonna miss this when I retire.
Hey, listen, Bosco.
One more word, and I'll bite off your arm.
Oh, hey.
Guys,
Oof, I gotta say, good old Bosco looks like shit.
Yeah, like a beaten dog.
Well, you, on the other hand, you just got older. Way older.
Shut the clock up, Marty. What have you heard about the hop dog? Is it still standing?
Yeah, it is. But I don't frequent that neighborhood. You shouldn't either. Things have escalated there recently.
What do you know about Ibn Wessler? What's the old rat been up to lately?
They say he's keeping a pretty low profile these days. But he's been seen in the company of the Attorney General.
Attorney General Hamtaro, eh? That's interesting. Thanks.
Why are you so interested in that rat? If you want another hole in your comb, I could help you too, you know.
It's just professional curiosity.
Yeah, of course. And I'm a fluffy little Labrador.
Whoa, you forgot to mention this nugget about the case, Sonny. Ibn clucking Wessler? What the hell did you get into?
Far as I remember, you didn't let me tell you in the first place. Well, you're in now. No way back.
You're a piece of shit, Sonny, you hear me? What's this all about?
Easy, chicken. I'll tell you everything soon enough. Let's just get the hell out of here first.
If I already told you, it's a pleasure working with you again.
No, but that's always good to hear, partner.
Cluck off.
Why is it so quiet in here? Shouldn't it be a madhouse by now?
The midnight madness is yet to come, Sonny. Just wait for it.
My time's too valuable for that, pal.
And you're trespassing. Rules of suspension, remember? I can see you're up to no good.
Who, us? Ridiculous.
If you say so. But I advise you to keep it low. Especially you, Sonny. How many days do you have until retirement?
121. 120 soon.
Don't be a knucklehead and get yourself fired.
Thanks for your eternal wisdom, Bosco. I'm definitely coming to you again next time.
Why is it so quiet in here? Shouldn't it be a madhouse by now?
Hey, listen, Bosco. I wanted to ask you this for...
What a surprise. The two pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
Chief Bloodboil.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, hey, hey! Careful with the racist barking, old hound.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's New Year's after all.
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve, and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight!
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck off right now, Santino. What is it, Santi?
Nothing, sir.
And you need something, Martin?
No, sir.
Then get out of my sight, birds.
The chief doesn't seem to be in a good mood. Maybe next... We can't avoid speaking with the chief.
What is it, Santi?
Nothing.
And you?
No, sir.
Then get out of my...
Honestly...
Hey, listen, Bosco. I wanted to ask...
We're leaving, sweetheart.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty.
I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves. Mostly.
Okay, but take care of each other, too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
The hop dog was like the last warning. You can still turn back. My eyes lingered on the sign. An enormous dog. Like a neon god with limitless power over cheap hot dogs, plastic hamburgers, and watered-down coffee. The cold light called me, but I didn't want to get out of the car. If we went in, we were all gonna be pancakes, kept together by cold syrup. Marty's worried look shook me out of my reverie. Oh, cluck. Was I talking to myself again?
Are you sure that thing's a dog? I always wondered.
The name Hop Dog is quite a giveaway. Don't you think so, Mr. Detective?
Sometimes the most natural connections lead us astray. Who said that?
A natural-born genius?
Yeah, right.
すごい可愛いこの
That sign gives me...
I'm not surprised.
That sign gives...
I'm not surprised.
犬可愛いのに
There used to be such life around here before it became an insect ghetto.
That was a very long time ago, Marty.
I was a little chick, and the hop dog had the best pancakes in the entire city.
Well, since Zip became the owner, the cook, and the waitress, I imagine it's all gone downhill.
True.
But at least the coffee's good.
That's right. I have no idea what that mongrel's doing with it, and I don't want to know, but its aroma is unbeatable.
Roachtown always gives me the creeps.
Hey, don't call it that. It's not okay. Whatever happened here, it's still the cobbler district.
偉いですね。差別用語使うなみたいな。
Old memories?
We used to live here a while with my mother. There used to be a small ice cream shop around here and a baker. The whole area smelled like fresh bread. Smelled like home.
パン屋さんいい匂いするもん
How
な。
could we turn it into a slum?
Good question.
ほんまよ。
Let's pray to the gods we'll never have to work here again. Do you remember that case? With that fly called Novak?
Great wild ones. How could I ever forget that?
Let's pray to the gods we'll never have to work. Peaceful, isn't it?
Because the whole town's probably drunk by now.
Maybe that's the only way it can bear itself.
Doesn't it remind you of someone?
Shut up, Marty.
Got you there, old bird. Even though it's a mess, I still can't imagine living anyplace else.
You know what? I envy you for that.
Even though it's a mess,
Of all that's furry.
We don't serve bugs here.
is this still a thing?
The situation's getting even worse, Marty. Have you heard how the young mothers of the Cobbler district are forced to make a living?
I have no idea what goes on in the hive, Sonny. I don't think I want to know. But
prostitution is the lesser evil. What's worse is that some folks have to sell their kids when they're still larvae.
Wait, what? Why?
人身売買的な。
They pay a hefty sum for each of them downtown. They sell them as gourmet food in the most expensive restaurants.
難しいな。食べ物にもな、動物っていう概念もあるからか。
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
We made this city, Marty. Clawville didn't do this to itself. Don't ever forget that.
Zip is a tricky little son of a bitch. He always has been. But seeing this, I didn't know him to be like this.
Me neither, Marty. But maybe this neighborhood changed him. Or the city.
Yeah, maybe.
This makes the bile rise in my wattle.
Yeah, me too.
This makes the bile rise. Hey, pal. Can you hear me?
Look at the poor bastard.
He's looking okay, Marty. Remember what we saw when we worked at the hive?
Wild ones. Don't even remind me. Trying to forget that shit every day.
It's been even worse since. I guess you heard about the riots.
Who hasn't? You know, people are afraid that the Great Fire will happen again, and those hive houses are pretty flammable.
I don't speak of the devil, Marty. But to be honest, I have no idea how this insect matter can be solved.
I do. We just open the ghettos and let the insects live among us like they did for centuries.
Your heart is pure gold, buddy. But you know it's not that easy. Clawville isn't what it used to be.
Is he deaf?
I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't understand what I'm saying.
Or he doesn't want to.
That's also very likely.
Poor Bug Eyes.
At least he's playing music. I mean, he's doing something. Most of the destitute take up drinking or drugs. Or worse.
You know about the light.
You mean the light the insects believe in?
Yeah, their afterlife. If they want to go into the light, they set themselves on fire.
Yeah, I've heard that. Maybe it's not a bad way to go.
That depends on your point of view. Poor Bug Eyes. Could this wreck belong to Zip?
Well, it's a wreck just like him, so I guess it could.
It's sad that everything's rotting away.
It is, especially a beauty like that.
Yeah.
Once this broken down old car was new and shiny. Am I a broken down old car too? Once this broken...
あとは
Ugh, the place is deserted. Poor Zip.
You're right.
Yeah, the guy's middle name is Bad Luck.
That's for sure.
And voila, the master himself.
What a finch.
Sonny, he's a pigeon, not a finch.
Don't make me angry, Marty.
Okay, I was only joking. In another life, I'd love to be a rock star.
You're already one, Marty. For me.
うん、やっぱ仲いいな、この二人。
Ah, thanks, boss.
Kids these days and that crazy music. What would old M.B. Davis say to this garbage? kids these days, and
なんか選べるの曲。あれ曲戻っちゃった。あとメニュー。
You still don't eat meat, old man?
I'm a rooster, a chicken. Why the hell would I eat meat?
I don't mean real meat. I'm not a lunatic. But a meat substitute? There's about 10 different kinds. Have you never tried any of them?
Why would I? If I don't eat meat, why would I eat a substitute?
Because you can. That's the point.
Wild gods, Marty. Stop being such a sheep. Do you fall for those adverts?
現実でいうビーガン的なやつな。
Substitute isn't meat, Sonny. And if it's tasty, why wouldn't I eat it?
I don't care what you eat, but don't be surprised when you lose all your feathers or you try to bite off your own leg one day.
Ooh, a nice pancake with hemp seed, chocolate, and black onions?
I'd rather have somebody pull my beak off.
Ah, you used to be more daring.
Yeah, and my back didn't hurt either.
Furry heavens, it's depressing being around you, Boss Bird. Ooh, maybe a peanut souffle with faux meat.
Oh, stop it, Marty, before I get sick.
Ugh, you're just a boring old man.
I'd rather be boring than dead.
食べたのは肉じゃなくて年。
I wouldn't eat here if my life depended on it.
ここでのご飯を食べるくらいなら死んだ方がマシと。
I wouldn't eat.
相当やな。
The highlight of my day.
Yeah, I can smell it already. How does he make the coffee here so
コー
special?
ヒーに対して評価が無駄に
Look
高いん
at
だな。
that mangy trash panda and tell me, do you really want to know?
You're right.
As always.
Ah, this will do.
Until tomorrow morning, at least.
That's right.
Someone once said that everything's backwards in Clawville. The beer's always warm and the coffee's always cold. Well, I guess I'm starting to understand what he meant. Someone once said... What insight. Wise words, pal. Wise words, pal. Well, that's a good question, pal.
Where are the crystal?
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. You know what? I was...
The door didn't look like this last time.
Yeah, because last time you tore it out and beat that baboon with it.
Oh yeah, I remember now. So that's why Zip remodeled the whole place.
壊したんかい。
He had
暴れ
to.
て。
We didn't leave much of it standing.
If I didn't know how nice we are, I'd almost hate ourselves.
Welcome to the club, partner. What's that smell?
You know, I don't want to know.
Zip once had Marty do the dishes because he tried to take off without paying. That was one of the best days of my life. Zip one.
これで全部かな。あ、かわいいな。あ、違う。
He sure didn't get any younger.
Or prettier.
You think he's still mad at us?
Frankly, Marty, I don't give a damn.
いや、恨んでると思うよ。
You think he might know something about the case?
He knows almost everybody in this city. At least he used to once. Let's see if he still does.
あ、一応聞き入れる。
When I first arrested him, he was barely 14 years old. I was a rookie cop. Who would have thought we'd end up like this?
Hello, boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm asking nicely.
嫌われてる。
Hey, is that how you greet two old friends?
Hey, I'm not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
Ah, it's going well so far.
We're just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like old times.
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's quite noticeable.
このお店の中壊されたことやっぱり根に持ってるのかな。
Shit. All right. And where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere yet, but we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Tell me, how much do you know, Zip?
That depends. How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell! Wessler? You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
首突っ込んだなが羽突っ込んだなみたいな。
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be grateful.
Grateful. Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, eh? You know, Ibn's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how it was for years anyway.
And?
But now, he left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kinda weird. Bottomed out, brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this. Weird, huh?
Yeah, weird. Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always about a lady.
Well, there is a woman.
I knew it.
But not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor, like the good old days.
Okay, I'm in.
結構情報が出たな。悪いことから手を引こうとしてるのが怪しいって言われるっていうかわいそうな。社会から追い出され、悪いことをしてたのにそっちの社会から追い出されちゃったのか。いや、かわいいホットドッグ屋さんよ。いか。大豆ミートとかですね。答え満足みたいな話ね。
That Natasha's a mysterious woman, a real cursed jewel, if you ask me. She came out of nowhere 2 or 3 years ago and landed on the stage of the millions almost immediately.
Is that so? Interesting.
Yeah, she's got a fantastic voice, makes men go crazy. But we all know that's not what's important. Then suddenly, bam! She got the whole club, just like that. But we know exactly how it was.
I can imagine, yeah. Since then, it operates under the name the Czar Club, right?
The old clicker's still clicking, right? Yeah, the club was renamed and remodeled. Everyone knows she was Ibn's lover, but she's not your usual canary. She didn't get involved in Ibn's dirty dealings.
Then how exactly does she fit into the picture?
Check this. A few months ago, the old rat pulled out of his own businesses and gave control to Mongrel Mick and his mob.
Mongrel Mick? Doesn't sound familiar.
Mick the Marauder, ring a bell?
Damn, that little monkey came this far?
I think that little shit took advantage of Ibn not being himself.
Which has something to do with this Natasha, right?
That's my guess.
Thanks for the straight dope, Zip. We owe you one.
One? You owe me the price of a new coffee shop, remember?
Okay, okay. Whatever you need. Just call us.
I clucking will.
Thanks, pal.
Hey, I'm not your pal, Marty.
違う違う。
Have you ever been to that place?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there. Sorry, guys. But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Business affairs, right?
Yeah, that was the dark era, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it.
Roger that.
I've gotta say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny, what's your beak?
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball. So, Ibn's gone insane.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Huh? Why? So, about that woman. Is she really that dangerous?
What woman isn't, huh?
No, Zip. I mean really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger. She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
You didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
You didn't get any younger, pal. When I first arrested... You sure talk a lot.
Maybe the past is haunting me. Once a rat, always a rat, right?
Oh, come on, Zippy. Don't be so hard on yourself. You got out in time, and you've been living an honest, ordinary life since then, haven't you?
Yeah, right. How lucky am I, eh?
It's more than what many others get, believe me. What's this no insects allowed shit?
You're not like that.
What do you think? If I let one in, all of them will follow. And then I can forget my regular clientele for good.
What clientele? There's no one here.
That's it. Would you take even that away from me?
奪われていなくなっちゃったってことか。
What's this? No insects allowed.
オーナーの人かな。ネズミ？違った。ああ。イブに情報を渡してた。
Kids these days. Zip once had.
Yeesh, my condolences, pal. I see your cleaning lady died.
Yeah, she set foot in the bedroom once. I haven't seen her since. I didn't dare to go after her.
Oh, I wouldn't want to go in there either. But what's that smell?
Ah, cigarettes and whiskey.
Yeah, with a hint of dirty laundry, but no, this is lavender?
Ah, that. No, that's got to be the Ibanez dame. You know, the broad who gave me the letter. And the job, obviously.
Ah, pretty, huh? I can smell it. She's an exotic, too.
めっちゃ花いいやん。
An impala, maybe?
Furry hell. That's why Chief Inspector Bloodboil hates you so much. He's jealous because your nose is better than a clucking bloodhound.
The bitter old dog. He just hates all foul.
Ah, true. Except for Monica.
Monica's a fairy, not a bird.
Well, let's gather my stuff and head to the club. We gotta find out who this Natasha is and what she wants from us.
After you, Boss Bird. I wouldn't like to touch anything in here anyway. If it's okay, I'll just stand around and stare out the window.
Sure, just do it quietly. You're getting older, Marty. You look like shit.
Ah, gee, thanks.
I thought angels don't grow old.
Ah, leave it, will ya?
Sure. Boo-hoo, huh?
Why are you staring at me like that?
I was just thinking about, what the hell are we looking for anyway?
Jeez, old bird. You want to look around, remember?
No, I mean figuratively.
Oh, well then it's a good question. Hanged if I know.
Thanks for your help, partner. It's a pleasure to work with you again.
Ah, don't mention it, boss. Why are you staring at me like that?
My wife took all the good...
なんか帰ってきたけど。
It would be best to board it up. It'd go well with this rundown neighborhood.
It may be run down, but somehow I still feel like it's honest.
Sure, you could live in Cockroach Town. That's an honest place, too. Has a similar stink.
Believe me, Marty, I thought about it.
Why am I not surprised?
まあこんなとこに住んでたらね。
Maybe in another...
Have you started on your great novel yet?
I've already started working on my will, but I realize I'd have to leave everything to you, so clock that.
Huh, pity. I've always wanted a chicken coop smelling like old socks and bourbon.
You'll have to earn it first, Marty. I can't even I suppose I'm gonna
So this is them.
Yeah, the Wild Gentlemen. They were role models when I was a kid.
Well, you must have been a weird kid, which ain't surprising. My idols were the White Wolf and Super Squirrel.
The White Wolf, eh? Explains a lot. You know, when I was back in Averia, Clawville and the whole let's live together in peace bullshit seemed like an unattainable dream. Those...
Yeah, but look at it now. And what would have become of you if you hadn't ended up in Clawville? Maybe you'd even be happy?
Perhaps.
Huh. The old days. You know, I miss him sometimes.
What? The hype? Us as celebrity cops?
Nah, the work, the buzz, the phone ringing at 4 a.m. and knowing if you pick it up, you'll be dragged into something terrible, because that's your job. And of course, you pick it up every clucking time.
I'm not sure it's healthy to enjoy that.
Hey, no healthy animal becomes a cop in Clawville.
Yeah, true. It's like it wasn't even us.
You're not becoming sentimental, are you?
No, I mean, we were suckers for sure, but looking back now, I feel at least we knew what we wanted.
I still know what I want.
And what do you want, Marty?
A lovely wedding and a long honeymoon. Laura deserves it. And I also want Blood Boil's job.
A rooster's never gonna be police chief, Marty. Not at this time. Not in this place.
Thanks for putting me in my place all the time. I hope you don't call me again for another 5 years. Those guys were something, huh?
Nowadays, I don't know what they were, or what I believed they were.
Say, Bossbird, did you read poetry now?
No. Why?
Because you're going nuts.
Well, thanks.
Those guys were something, huh?
It's like it wasn't even us.
Who's that shaggy creature?
That's M.B. Davis, you bird brain.
Politician?
Am I gonna have to smash your beak?
Seriously, I don't know who the hell he is. I know. He's the guy who smuggled cocaine in his prosthetic leg, isn't he?
One more word about Mr. Davis, Marty, and I'm gonna wring that ham-sized neck of yours.
You don't have to cock a doodle immediately, you know. I'm just clucking with you, okay? I know. He's the guy. Ah, man, I can't imagine how you feel. The only good thing you ever had, huh?
Shut up, Marty.
Sure. She was the one, right? I mean, the
運
one.
命の相手って言える人に出会えたのはすごいな。
Marty, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear a single word. Are we clear?
Jeez, calm down, Bossbird.
バカにされてるわけじゃないけ
She was the one, right?
ど、めっちゃ怒る触れると。
I didn't know you used to be a kindergarten teacher. But leather?
It's history, so back off.
I'm touched by the trust you have in me, Bossbird.
There are things better left undisturbed, okay?
Yeah, got it. You weren't an orphan, were you? That would explain a lot, you know? You've never talked about your family.
No, I wasn't an orphan. My parents are dead, but most of my family still lives somewhere in Averia.
Then what the hell still keeps you in Clawville? There's nothing remotely good here, especially nothing as good as a family.
I had my own family, Marty. Not anymore. And Clawville is my home, like it or not, because that's what I deserve.
Ooh, okay, I get it. You weren't an orphan, were you?
Just a bunch of useless... Maybe in a... I'm gonna
Hmm?
You know, this city's outgrown us.
Why do you say that?
Well, don't you feel it? The whole place squeezing you. The polluted air, the sirens, and the smell of cordite.
Don't be such a drama queen. It's not the world that's changed, it's us. Clawville's Clawville. We're just getting older.
No, there really is something. You know the feeling of foreboding, of something wrong, of something bad on the horizon.
You're screwing my mood.
Yeah, but I'm not sorry.
No shit.
A long time ago, when an animal was starving, they bit someone. Worst case, they killed or ate them. That's being a predator, isn't it? And that was our job.
Yeah? What are you getting at?
Well, it's not the case anymore. Animals are eating each other out of pleasure. It's a poison. They're losing their minds.
Sonny. We just got old. That's all.
It's not that simple, Marty.
If you say so.
Maybe I'm just old. And while I'm clucking about nothing ever changing, everything changes. You've gone out of style, old bird. Accept it and move on. My wife...
情報が手に入ったのかな。情報、世界観が手に入ったのかな。何かを取りに来たはずなのに何も手に入れてない。
Maybe I'm really...
Why are you staring at me like that?
OK。これでも、ああ、ここだ。
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
So this is the famous Tsar Club.
ちょっとそろそろ2時間やって1回セーブが入ったのでちょっと一休みの時間にします。お疲れ様でした。